Alright, we are live, and today we'll be playing Pokemon X with Walrein. We're not doing a random species today because this is a member-requested run from Robert, and Robert's in the chat right now, so hey, how's it going? You survived your fishing investigation. Nice. Congrats. Let's see, hello Daniel Night Sky, Dominic, and Robert. Will Walrein be able to sink the entire game like it did to the Titanic, or will it truly be thick fat? That's a good one. Someone's pet alligator. Nice. Alright, so yeah, this run, I think it's going to go pretty good. I think Axu did mention there were a few hard parts. But I think it's going to be pretty good. Oh, I need to change this moveset. This is Alolan Sandslash. I just recorded Alolan Sandslash and Moon yesterday. Sheer Cold is a one-hit KO move. I honestly feel Sheer Cold isn't the best idea, and just using Ice Beam to 2-hit would be better with Mystic Water to 2-hit KO Cryogonal and OHKO the Avalugg. You mean Never Melt Ice, right? Besides, I'm not 100% sure where the Never Melt Ice or Mystic Water serve. I don't remember where the Mystic Water is. Let me take a look. Let's see. Oh, in Coumarine City, you can buy the Sieve or Wave Incense for $9,600. Apparently, the incense is way better than Mystic Water in the plate. I could have been killed. Oh. Ice Steel is rough. Yeah, it was bad. Regular Sandslash was also pretty bad. But anyway, why don't we go ahead and get started here. Axu made the notes for us today. We're going to be going Timid Nature for extra speed. We're going to be running a female Pokemon, not technically because of attract strats, but we're actually going to use it because on Lysander's Pyroar, it has the ability Rivalry. So if we're the opposite gender, the Pyroar's damage gets reduced. So that's a general good reason to run a female Pokemon, is the Pyroar on Lysander doesn't do as much to you. And our ability is going to be Ice Body. There were we could have also ran Thick Fat or Oblivious, but what Ice Body does is basically during Hail we get leftovers. I mean, Thick Fat gives us a fire and ice resistance, but we're already neutral to fire anyway. And Oblivious is Oblivious is just a mediocre ability. It just prevents attract. That's all it does. Alright, so let's get started. 3, 2, 1. Oh, badges are showing. Yeah, Sheer Cold has a 30% accuracy. Holy crap, this thing is big. Hey, actually, Ice Body is mainly for the Wolfric matchup. Oh, right, because the Abomasnow has a snow warning. Here's our fly user. Yeah, Dominic, sounds like you had quite the adventure with that fishing trip. Yeah, I just have to catch another Pokemon. It's generally ideal to catch, like, a Zigzagoon or a Bunnelby instead for cut, but we can just pick up Charmander from Professor Sycamore. Charmander's the default option, so you can just spam A and get it. Nice, I just dodged right past him. Nice. An adventure doesn't describe it. I could have been killed. She's screwing up. Okay, Dominic, you can just stop talking about it now. We don't need to give people nightmares, okay? Is Walrein any good? I'm trying to remember the last time I've played Walrein. I don't think I've played Walrein in any game. I'd say it's going to be pretty good. It's just a better Dugong. Oh, I was so invested in it. Nah. Sometimes Dominic's stories just get way too off track and they go on for so long. I actually don't know how you get Spheal in Gen 7. I don't know all the island scans. I know that you can get the Kanto starters through Island Scan. Should have used Water Gun on that. I froze it. Nice. Man, after playing so much Pokemon Moon recently, I play this game, I'm like, oh man, the quality is bad. No, these games still look great. It's just going from 7 to 6, it's like, you could really see it. Alright, so actually you suggest I fight pretty much everybody. Fight everyone except for Hedvig and Igor. We have 4 back-to-back gym leaders that are good against Walrein. Be 25 for Grant, 35 for Karina, 38 for Ramos, 42 for Clement. It can learn Rock Smash with flippers. Maybe it uses its tusks to smash rocks. Oh my gosh, I have to keep switching. Ice Ball. Dude, I hate this move. You know why I hate this move? Here's a little hint. Alolan Sandslash. Hello, gentle, I don't know how you pronounce that name. Yeah, I'm not sure these trainers on this route are that great. Also, hello. So wait, why did you speak French then English? Is that just how you get off a first impression? An interesting way to do it. Also, you know what's weird? I'm looking at the TMs on the right-hand side. How come the Giga Impact TM is only in the post-game, but not Hyper Beam? It's so weird. Super Potion. Okay, this fight's going to be a little awkward because I ran out of Powder Snow, so I'm going to need to use Ice Ball. Honestly, I think French fries get their name based on how they're cut. Like, I think it's like a French cut. Because I know there are French green beans, and it's like the way they're cut. Also, I'm trying to find the X items in here. One of these buildings has a guy that gives you X items. Oh, here it is. You can actually sell these for money. They sell for good money. I'm not the one who gave him that name. What? Sure you are. You're the one who gave him the name. Alright, so I'm going to need level 25 for Grant. But the trainers here aren't exactly the best. Oh, also, you know what's weird? You know how Generation 5 is the generation that changed the experience formula? So, like, the higher level you are compared to the opponent, the less XP you'll gain. Gen 6 actually reversed on that. So you actually earn experience like the older Pokemon games, which is why you could overlevel extremely easily in this game. Don't you have the type advantage? Yeah, but we're also weak to rock. Yeah, XP share moment. So weird seeing Dexio and Cena. Why is it weird? Because I haven't played X and Y in a while. Also, fun fact with this fight, you're actually not required to win the fight. Alright, so we're going to pick Charmander. It's the default choice. The grown-up cells. What are you talking grown-up cells? What game is that? Oh, their appearance in Gen 7. I don't think they're adults in Gen 7. They just... I mean, they look slightly older, but they're not adults. You're thinking of Red and Blue. I'm gonna get Quick Claw just in case. Oh my god, I hate that. Oh, almost forgot. You may be wondering why I deposited. The reason I deposited my HM users is because there's a double battle with twins coming up, and they have +1 Minun. With the average Pokemon, they take like 3 hits to kill, and they're very annoying to fight. Arbos' vitamin of the day? I don't know. X and Y, you can get tons of vitamins. Because you can hold an amulet coin for a decent bit of the game. Team Flare Grunts are freaking rich. Like, I could buy like 15 vitamins if I wanted to. You know what's odd? In Legends EA, there's not a single trainer wearing roller skates. And basically my first message was referencing a French Pokemon YouTuber who streams Nuzlocke, and his Alpha Sapphire randomized, he got Walrein as a starter. That's actually pretty funny. But yeah, the reason... Yeah, The reason I'm doing Walrein is because one of my YouTube members wanted me to do a solo run with Walrein. If I didn't get a if I didn't get a request from a member, this would have been a completely random Pokemon. I use a random Pokemon website. Named it Michael Tro. Lived until the fight against Steven Stone. Dang. Survived till the end. You have to spend $5 million. You could buy 5 bicycles for that price. Alright, Star Piece, Ether. Alright, also, there's a guy in here, let's see, fairy types, no. That guy asks for a random type of Pokemon once per day, and if you happen to have that type, he'll let you, he'll let you have a berry, any berry that you want. And you would normally want either a cherry berry or a chesto berry. But it's RNG. There's an NPC who addresses it. Oh, speaking of NPCs, I don't remember where this was in Lumio City. I think it was somewhere in like the southeastern part of Lumio City, in between like a bunch of buildings. You had to enter it from the top. There's a person who has that text over their heads. You can't talk to them, but you can hear what they're saying. It says, have you ever heard of a man named Mr. Bonding? That was the first time I've ever heard Mr. Bonding referenced, literally since Oras. It was so funny when I saw that. I just did not expect it. Spiel was my favorite, but I didn't want Speed to suffer. I appreciate that. Will getting the lucky egg help? I mean, I will get the lucky egg. It always helps. The disadvantage is, though, we have to get maximum friendship in order to get that lucky egg. Some Pokemon aren't able to get max friendship at that point, depending on the growth rate. That reminds me of the trainer who wants to understand what "no, you're not the one" means. Yeah, I think... Dude, Game Freak had the opportunity to answer what that meant, and they still didn't. I think they just intentionally leave it a mystery. Like, even in Oras, there's a Hex Maniac in the Mount Pyre. She says, "No, you're not the one." Ah. That's what she says. But no, the dialogue from the NPCs in ZA was honestly top tier. Yeah, it's there to speculate, yeah. There's another weird NPC for Elite for Phoebe and Oras. Yeah, there's a ghost girl in there. You can never see it when I stream Oras because I play the game at 4 times speed. But during all the fade to blacks, the camera view changes, and during parts of it, you can actually see an NPC. Alright, I'm going to use Ice Ball here. This trainer, if you're not prepared, is actually kind of tough. He's got a Pancham. I think he also has a Drifloon. No, I'm thinking of somebody else. But this guy does have 3 Pokemon either way. Man, I've frozen so many Pokemon today. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Oh, the hiker that's in here on the left-hand side, he'll offer to teach, he'll offer to give your Genesect those drives. However, you can't just hack in a Genesect. It has to be one actually obtained from an event. The game actually checks for a certain flag that's been set with the Pokemon, and if that flag isn't set, you can't get it. So yeah, in my Genesect run, I literally could not get the drives, which actually was pretty bad. It made the Fire Relief 4-member a lot worse. Where do we get Blizzard? I believe you buy it somewhere. I haven't played X and Y in a while. It's one of my more, like, not as well optimized games because I've done the least amount of solo runs in X and Y. Wow, only one wild encounter. I missed. Uh-oh. In Anastar? Okay, that makes sense. Alright, I better make sure to get the escape rope. Grab the Bulldoze TM from the Lumio South Boulevard Pokemart. Well, that's an issue. I didn't get it. Then again, it doesn't look like I need it for Grant. Personally, when I was younger and played the game for the first time, the Mountain Guy's dialogue in French was worded in such a way that I thought I could nickname any Pokemon Genesect. Okay, that's actually funny. That's actually really funny. Also, these trainers here can actually be difficult for some people. Rock Smash? Shoot. Right. There we go. We're good. Let's see. At Solage City, get a massage to improve friendship. At Amber Town, grab a heart scale. Before Grant, teach Rock Smash. And then just Rock Smash Tyrant, or Mora, and Aurora Beam Tyrant. Where do I get a heart scale in this town, though? I'm trying to remember. I don't know where the heart scale is. You already got one? I do? Oh. Never mind then. I'm stupid. Where did I get it? Dude, this run's been going so fast I can't remember these things. No, I think I just need the one. The previous town. Find the... Oh, right. Okay, you're right. I'm sorry. I've had a long day at work as well. Yeah, honestly, that Relicanth really couldn't do much to me. I was kind of surprised. Also, these trainers in Grant's gym can actually be pretty hard. There's one person here with Solrock and Lunatone that loves spamming Psywave. You may think Psywave is a bad move, but here's the thing. Psywave is 100% accurate, and it does anywhere from half the level to the 1.5 times your level in damage. So it could actually do a lot. Like that. This gym's not OSHA certified. Have you seen the Mistralton City gym? Alright, we're gonna give this person again. Water gun. Yeah, I should have used water gun. Come on. Right, Rock Smash. Honestly, should I get rid of Ice Ball? I do need Ice Ball. Okay, so get rid of Body Slam? Yeah, get rid of Body Slam. Okay, so we're just gonna use Rock Smash on the Amora. And Paralysis, what can you expect? Alright, Aurora Beam. Okay, this gym was a joke. Actually made this gym seem hard. Did OBS just freeze? Hey guys, was that just me, or did OBS... Did the stream freeze up? Oh, my bike. OBS did free. Oh, you all saw that? Yeah, I have no idea. It's very rare when that happens. For once, it wasn't Discord. Yeah, it wasn't Discord because we ain't on Discord, buddy. Also, these tourists give good money. Okay, what do I do in Geosedge? Grab Soft Sand. Oh, I should have Bulldoze for Karina, but... Oh, wow, none of my moves are good. We have Rock Smash for her. Bulldoze isn't that good for Karina. Well, it is 60 base power. If it's super effective, that's 120 power, while Rock Smash is 80. I should have bought Bulldoze while I was at that Pokemon Center earlier depositing my HM users, but I just forgot. Alright, Soft Sand. I believe... Wait. Shoot, where's the Soft Sand? I am very washed up on X and Y. It's not even funny. There it is. To be fair, though, those two Lucario are pretty garbage. I think their only attacking move is Feint. Those Lucarios... Oh, they do have Power-Up Punch. Oh. There we go. I need to go get some potions. Power-Up Punch and Feint. Oh, okay. There's a citrus berry there. Alright, let's see. For what do I need? What level do I need for the Karina fight? I think it was level 35. Hey, Alexander Cooper. How many badges do I have? 2. The gym leader version is worse than some random trainer in a cave. Yeah, the actual Karina fight is pretty bad. Like, her team is just awful. Why couldn't she have faced you with that Lucario? Hell no. Also, I should be careful here. Down here. This is Battle Girl Hedvig. She is one of the most terrifying NPCs in this game. She has a sock and she has a throw and a halucha. She can kill most opponents. So yeah, don't fight her. Honage. Yeah, I literally did that as a kid. I'm not even kidding. I found a Honage in the grass and I caught it because I liked it. And then I sent out Honage against Karina. The only Pokemon that can even hit a Honage is Machoke's Rock Tomb. No other move she has can hit it. It's very not good game balance. This guy does have Sock. Oh, that was probably not a good idea. No Team Flare Grunt uses Zubat. The very first one has Houndour and Zubat. Swagger? No. Oh, another good benefit of not having your HM users here. Those two tourists right there have Combee and Vespiquen. They are a pretty difficult double battle, depending on what you're playing with. So not being able to do that battle is quite nice. Yeah, but the Vespiquen's pretty tough. That thing is very bulky. You know, fun fact, in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, you get an item called the Intriguing Stone, and it's actually when you take it to Mr. Stone, the guy in charge of Devon Corporation, he actually tells you it's a Pidgeotite, but in this game, it's just a piece of rock. And also, this is your very first rival fight. Although they're technically not your rivals, they're your friends. Alright, Ice Ball. Let's see. Alright, looks like for Karina 2, in the gym, you just Ice Ball and pray. 4th turn, Ice Ball, guarantees Hawlucha, and Max guarantees Machoke. Thank you, Chain. Our X solo runs just for the memes. It's the easiest game of all time. Okay, that's a little, what do you call it? A little misinformed. If you're playing, like... How do you play? If you're using a full team of 6... and you're, like, fighting every single trainer, then yes, it's easy. But when you play it as a solo run challenge, there's one thing you actually do notice. The level spike with only one Pokemon is very absurd. Like, the opponents are constantly trying to outlevel me. Like, you'll want to see my previous X and Y solo runs. I have a playlist on my channel. The average amount of resets I have in my X and Y runs is like 25 resets. This game in a solo run can actually be brutal depending on what you're playing with. Basically, the gym leaders are pretty much easy, but there's all these random trainers here. Like, look at this guy. This guy has a freaking Sock and a Hariyama. What's the gym leader have? A Minfu. This game is super easy when you play with a team of 6, but when it's with one Pokemon, you do realize there are some things difficult about it. Oh, get over here, you. I hate this gym. But no, doing solo runs of X and Y is not a joke. Yeah, it's a precursor to Gen 7's difficult. Gen 7 is by far the most difficult game to solo run. I will say, though, Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire are honestly one of the easiest games to solo run, based on my experience. Because, I mean, the gym leaders are more competent, but the level spike is nowhere near as extreme. I mean, the random ace trainers in the late game can have, like, fully evolved species, but compared to the other games I play, it's one of the easier ones. Alright, let's hope for the best. Alright, we're just gonna have to Ice Ball and pray. Oh, that worked out. But yeah, right now I have 2 blackouts, and those blackouts were actually from random trainers. Yeah, it makes no sense that the gym trainers in Karina's gym have better Pokemon than Karina does. How hard would Karina be if her Pokemon were, like, a Throw, a Lucha, and Lucario? She would actually be pretty difficult. But no, they give her a Minfu and a Machoke. Alright, we are going to need our HM users back. Okay, now's the time to teach some HMs. Surf. No, teach strength to Lucario. Cut to Charmander. That's the first time I've ever seen Quillfish's 3D model. That's also in good part because of a bug with the NPC's EVs. What's the bug with their EVs? Oh, speaking of EVs, hold on. Oh my god, get back up, get on. Alright, I'm actually gonna fight these trainers. You actually get to skip trainers when you're riding a Skidoo. Beldum has the same catchphrase as Legendary. Yep. Hey, Shadow. Ooh, Tauros. Yeah, Bulbasaur can learn Cut as well. It's just Charmander's the default #1 option, so that's why I used it. Basically, bad NPCs have cracked stats while the gym leaders have 0 EVs. You mean IVs. No trainer in this game have EVs. Unless, I think, maybe the Battle Tower. Oh, that's actually a thing in Oras as well. Inside Brawly's gym, for example, I actually looked in Kingler Calc. That's our Mystic Water. In Kingler Calc, all the trainers in Brawly's gym had like 15 or 18 or like 20 IVs in all their stats, while Brawly himself had 0. Literally in X and Y, the Elite Four and Champion all have 0 IVs. Alright, I'm gonna put Surf in slot 1. Also, I've got like $90,000 now, which is pretty funny. I'm actually gonna use some Ice Ball. This is also the first rival fight that actually gets difficult. Rest? No. No, I don't want Snore either. I missed. Okay. I'm gonna need to heal at the center for PP. Oh, here's another example of a X and Y solo run. When you have to play with just one Pokemon, you'd be surprised how difficult Team Flare Grunts are. Some of them, like the ones that have Swallots, for example, can be actually pretty brutal. I mean, Lysander's team in general can also be pretty brutal, depending on who you're using. Like, people just have to realize, like, just because a game is easy with a team of 6 does not mean it's easy to play with just one Pokemon. Shame Ice Beam is late. Yeah, you get Ice Beam from defeating Wolfric.
Last release.
Yeah, Ramos is kind of a pretty bad gym leader, but I have played a Pokemon before that was weak to grass where this was difficult, but This won't be difficult today. Alright, I'm gonna make sure I have some potions still. Also, I do have the lucky egg, but I'm gonna wait until I buy vitamins first before I equip it, because I want to buy as many vitamins as possible. Yeah, I'll get bulldoze when I'm back in town. Also, fun fact, you can actually find the power plant pass before even talking to this guy. I actually thought you had to beat this guy for the item to spawn, but no, you can just find it. Stimmy's here goes into the garbage. My personal favorite of the three monkeys, probably Simipour. Be careful with dry skin. Yeah, some of them could have dry skin. I don't know which ones though, so I better be careful. So yeah, right now these Team Flare Grunts don't look that bad, but the last Pokemon I played in X and Y, I'm trying to remember what it was. I don't know, there have been a couple of times I have played X and Y with a first stage Pokemon. First stage Pokemon X and Y are horrendously brutal. What does dry skin do? It makes you heal HP when you get hit with a water move. You're immune to water type damage, and it does give you a fire weakness. So for example, Parasect can have dry skin, which makes them 8 times weak to fire. Yeah. N1 used to be a mod, but I unmodded him recently. I'm gonna save some of my final surfs for the Houndoom that's coming up. It also restores HP in the rain. Doesn't it also remove HP in the sun? Or is that solar power I'm thinking of? You know, it's funny, I'm not even holding the lucky egg yet. I don't think it was Tobey Maguire that said that in Spider-Man. Wasn't that his uncle? Same with solar power. How'd you get the lucky egg? I got it from the Coumarine City Hotel. Your lead Pokemon has to have max friendship. I know my Walrein has Rock Smash. I'm just teaching that Rock Smash 2 in case I ever delete it. Oh, I don't have... Yeah, I don't have Fly yet. Honestly, that was a missed opportunity in ZA. Like, one of the DLC areas could be like you going into the power plants to like find Volcanion or something. Alright, bulldoze. I did buy it, right? Yeah. Volcanion doesn't exist. Dude, that is the first time I've ever entered the gym from the side. I need to do more X and Y solo runs. I really do. Like, literally, when I look at my tier list, the game that I've done the least amount of runs in is X and Y. Don't forget Bulldoze. I mean, I bought it, but I guess I will need to teach it. Alright, as for Clement, as long as you have 85 speed, you'll outspeed his whole team. It's Pampor. Yep, this guy. Walrein S tier? I can see that. Honestly, I'm probably going to be a higher level than anticipated. So, I actually don't think I need Soft Sand. I can just keep holding Amulet Coin. I mean, I'm probably being a little too greedy. I don't know, I'm trying to be the next Elon Musk, get my $1 trillion. So I gotta hold on to the coin. What's my favorite Pokemon? Reshiram. Dunsparce. Interesting. Alright, so Aurora Beam. Bulldoze. Honestly, yeah, that was definitely not necessary. But you get $1 billion. I mean, you can get millions. Now it's time to equip the egg. Yeah, honestly, yeah, you're probably right. Because I don't want to fall too behind. Remember, I'm level 46 in a solo run. Clement's ace was level 43. The levels will start catching up to me. Also, this is the first rival fight where the rival will have the fully evolved starter. This fight can actually be tough. But, I don't know, Walrein's just been destroying. Garchomp or Rayquaza. Those are good picks. Light screen. That's annoying. Yeah, you can get the bike in this game. There's a bike shop in Solage City. Dang it. Gumi. Alright, time to sell stuff for money. I'm gonna get some max repels actually too. I'm gonna keep that, okay. Iron. Alright, 200,000. Okay, let's see. I want to buy 5 calcium, 2 carbos, 2 protein, and I'll probably do 4 iron and 4 zinc. And there we go. You think that's enough? Dynamic punch, no guard. Yeah, those were fun. That was a fun time. I mean, I've never used that specifically, but I know what you're talking about. Not even gonna say for Valerie. Valerie's pretty bad. Pretty bad gym leader. Like, Mawile's just a terrible lead. Even, I've had Pokemon that are weak to Fairy that still first tried her easily. She's just terrible. Uh-oh. I used the wrong move. You all saw nothing? Uh-oh. To be fair, I think the Mr. Mime used light screen. Gym leader just to get owned. Yeah, honestly, I deserve this. Definitely needed the sea incense? Probably. Kind of sucks, too. I actually skipped the spinners in here. You didn't see anything. Yeah, exactly. Y'all saw nothing. Alright, let's try that again. Okay, it used Psychic. I can guarantee what happened is it used a turn 1 light screen. But yeah, it does look like that Sea Incense was needed for the 2-shot. When Speed says y'all get that southern accent, y'all saw nothing. After this, Lucky Egg? I think so, yeah. Oh, this is pretty stupid. You have to talk to Shauna, not Tierno. Or Trevor. Whoops. The Steel Elite 4 member's gonna suck. Yeah, Wickstrom tends to be hard for a lot of Pokemon. So, what I often do with some species is I would run Hidden Power Fire. Yeah, I'm from the Pacific Northwest. Well, when people think Northern State, they think like New York. Hey look, the admins then aren't memorable at all. Rain Dance Surf could be an option. True, but the problem is buying Rain Dance from the mart is very expensive. People don't think of Washington State when they think of North. They usually think of the Northeast. So that's where all the people are. Oh, you meant DC. That's not even north either. It's east. You have enough for Rain Dance? Technically I don't. Didn't you see how much money I spent? Seriously, didn't you see how much money I spent? I spent almost $200,000. Alright, there's a rare candy down here. I hate that person. Alright, I gotta be careful here. This guy has sturdy Pokemon. Rare candies are rather common in Gen 8 and Gen 9. Yeah, have you heard of XP candies? Yeah, rare candies in Gen 6 and Gen 7 are surprisingly not that common. Like, in all the Pokemon games I play, the average amount of rare candies is probably like 12 or 13, but some games really go over. Like in Platinum, the amount of rare candies you get is around 20. In Heart Gold, it's like 23. XP candy should have been a thing in Gen 7? Maybe. Oh, fun fact. See this Houndoom? Mabel's Houndoom is level 48. Remember this. Remember that level. N1, don't spoil it. XP candies can be broken. Oh, they absolutely are broken. Don't get me wrong. At the same time, though, they've made living dexes so much easier. Literally, the only games I've ever completed a living dex in are Sword and Shield, BDSP, and Scarlet and Violet, and most of the DLC. The reason I say most is because I have no hopes of ever getting Iron Crown or Iron Boulder. I have Iron Leaves. Because Diamond and Pearl don't exist. Hey, let's just pretend Diamond and Pearl exist for a minute. Diamond and Pearl actually have half the number of rare candies Platinum does. Diamond and Pearl only has 12 rare candies, while Platinum has like 20. There is a huge difference. Alright, I need to get Hidden Power. And also, we're running Hidden Power Electric because water types often lack coverage to other water types. To be fair, Johto's level curve is pretty bad. Yeah, the remakes tried to fix it. They only really fixed it on the Kanto side. They didn't really fix it on the Johto side. Also, this guy almost killed me. Yeah, this is a weird gym puzzle. Also, Olympia. I actually used to think Olympia is kind of a joke. I really should have taught Hidden Power. Yep. Yeah, I should have taught Hidden Power. Alright, get rid of Bulldoze. Yeah, Olympia can actually be difficult sometimes because if either her Sigilyph outspeeds or it survives a hit, it could go for either Reflect or Light Screen, and Slowking is extremely defensive. Wow, okay, she's actually being difficult today. Alright, I think we might need the Sea Incense again. Light Screen. Alright, time to use Ice Ball. Alright, yep. Oh my god. Dude, Olympia's actually hard. Okay, I think I need to use some candies. Let's see. I got 6 candies. Oh, you know when you said Cynthia's team doesn't need changing? She technically has 2 different teams in the Sinnoh games. I don't think this will work out for you. No, I'll eventually beat her. Okay, there we go. Hidden Power. Alright, I'm asleep. Oh, Calm Mind. Or 3. Well, Cynthia's team is weird in BDSP. Her very first team is her Diamond and Pearl team, but then her rematch team turns into her Platinum team. And I think during one of her other rematch teams, she even changes that up too. Come on, I just want to fly to the middle. There we go. Who likes Dawn Wings? That's the one with Lunala, right? Holy crap. It is? Yeah, I like Dawn Wings. We need lots of experience. Yeah, I'll re-equip the lucky egg. Oh, I need to use the move reminder to get Crunch. I better just go do that now. Dude, I should have had Crunch. I should have had Crunch for Olivia. I'm so stupid. Honestly, I kind of believe that theory as well, Shadow. I mean, Legend ZA is Gen 9. Only in the spin-offs and ZA, I guess. Actually, isn't the only Pokemon spin-off game that have the primals in it is the Rescue Team remake? Why is it so fast? I'm playing on 4 times game speed. Because otherwise, this stream would take like 7.5 hours. Yeah, I've seen that movie. I really liked that movie as a kid. I don't have it with me to show right now, but I actually had one of those little 4 movies in 1 DVD thing. It had 4 Pokemon movies on it, and that was one of them. You would have to flip the disc on each side. One side had 2 movies, the other had 2 movies. And I remember the TV that I had in my room to play that DVD, I didn't have a remote for it, and there was no way to like use the arrow keys on your remote to change the options. Like instead of hitting play, you would go the menu would have the 2 different movies and you had to select which one. I didn't have a remote for my TV, so I could never watch the second movie. I could only ever watch the first one. It sucked. Anyway, we're at Mabel now. So guys, do you remember what level the Houndoom was? It's level 46. Her Houndoom went down in 2 levels. Alright, break time. Pokemon Compass? I've never heard of Pokemon Compass. I will say though, this story, animated in ZA with this same kind of art style, looks so clean. Niflooet came to terrorize champions. Hey, as soon as Mega Metagross gets in, it's gonna nope right out of there. Oh, it's a Scarlet and Violet ROM hack. Oh. Fixes a lot of the issues of the game. Like everything. I'm just kidding. I did enjoy Scarlet and Violet a lot, but it had a lot of problems. Just use the level down ray. Okay, also XYZ might be the best season of all. Maybe BD Adventures of Unova might be better, and Season 3 of Diamond and Pearl. I haven't watched most of the seasons, so I can't really give my honest opinions on that. I've heard a lot of people really like the XYZ era. I've hardly seen any episodes from it, but I think the one series where I actually watched the entire thing as a kid, as it came out, was probably the Sun and Moon, the series. I know people made fun of it for its, like, art style, but the stories and episodes were actually really good. XY is on Netflix. Dude, Netflix only has some of the seasons. You know what Pokemon's done about it? They actually made a new YouTube channel called Pokemon TV. They've actually been slowly re-releasing all of the OG episodes onto that YouTube channel for free. Sheer Cold. Get rid of Roar Beam? Honestly, do I even need Crunch anymore? Let's see, I need to keep Hidden Power. Yeah, over Aurora Beam. But yeah, right now they're in the middle of the Hoenn arc. I don't think Ash ended up with anybody. Like, I haven't seen the final, like, Journey seasons. All I know is just that Ash ended up finally winning winning a championships. Hey, there's Dry Skin. And, Ash pretty much just went on his own at the end of that. That was how they wrote him out. He never ended up with anybody. It'll take a long time. I mean, they're doing, like, what, one episode per day? It'll probably take a couple of years, but they'll get to it. I actually thought they were going to stop at the Indigo League, but they're all the way in the Advanced series right now. I haven't been watching it, though. Because I personally can't stand the anime. Like, nowadays, like, watching it as an adult, it just cringes me. It's just... all the filler is just the exact same plot. It just keeps getting reused. Like, you can literally skip, like, each season that has, like, maybe 40 episodes in it, you could cut 34 of those episodes out and still get the same overall gist of the story. There's just so many pointless episodes. The black and white one was garbage? I mean, I've only seen, like, the first maybe 20 episodes or so. I thought it was just like any other. I'm not much of an anime person anyway. Oh, also, how Sheer Cold's accuracy works. Sheer Cold can only hit if you're higher level than the opponent, and for every level higher you are, +1 gets added to the accuracy. Moves like Sand Attack and Double Team do not affect the accuracy. So if I'm 15 levels higher, Sheer Cold will have a 45% chance of hitting. I think it was indeed garbage because not even the important episodes are good. The Elisa one's particularly bad. Is that the one where Ash's plan to beat Elisa was just by sweeping with Palpitoad? Is that the episode you're talking about? I've seen that one. I had it on DVD. I remember when it fainted, Ash was like, "Oh no, I was gonna win every battle with you." And there was the one, and then there was the, I think it was the next fight that he had with Elisa where he told Snivy to use Attract on Emolga, and the move failed, and Elisa's like, does your Snivy happen to be female? And he's like, I completely forgot. They weren't progressive at the time. If that episode came out in 2026, of course it would have worked. Wonder if come on, Sheer Cold, come on. Okay, come on, there we go. Stupid in Gen 5 moment. To be fair though, if he was playing Palpitoad in Black and White in the game, Palpitoad could take care of Elisa pretty good. She doesn't have any good moves on it. Although, I guess Aerial Ace could do decent damage. Rip Lysander. Give it 5 years. Dominic, I'm not going to keep answering your completely random out of left field questions. Yeah, but for real though, the plot of ZA kind of turned probably one of the worst evil villains in any Pokemon game to honestly one of the best developed characters. Because, like, in the original games, Lysander just effectively had no plot. A lot of the characters in this game had no plot. But then the Legends game added a lot more story to them and made them feel more complete. What happened to Lysander and ZA? He got hit by the weapon, and he has to live for 3,000 years. It's been long enough since the game came out, I have no problem saying that without a spoiler warning. Anyone who wanted to play those games probably already played them by now, so I don't mind saying it. He wasn't written as a character, he was just written as a random guy. Yeah, the guy, you know that meme of like, hey, I wonder where the villain's lair is, and the villain's lair is like a gigantic castle? That's sort of like Lysander as a boss, like, hey, I wonder who the boss of this team is. Could it be the guy with orange hair? AZ's got a friend now. AZ hated the guy. Besides, he died. He died at the end of ZA. Because apparently getting hit with the weapon does not let you live forever. It just lets you live an extra 3,000 years. And then that's it. What about Getsus? I think by the end of Black and White 2, I think one of the Shadow Triads in Icarus City in the sequels explained like that Getsus couldn't do anything anymore. I think basically he just went all crazy. And he probably had to be put in an insane asylum. Yeah, I don't know why. It makes you grow extremely tall and you end up having deformities. We need Blizzard. Oh yeah, okay. I'll go fly back to Anastar in a sec. Like, one effect that the weapon had on Lysander is that he went blind in one eye. And apparently, getting hit with it makes you forget most of your name. You only remember the first letter of your name. I don't know why, but... Technically, AZ's real name is actually Azoth. But he only remembers AZ. Oh. go get Blizzard before I forget. $70,000. Wow, I thought Sun and Moon was expensive. Holy crap. Let's see if I can remember how to finally solve this puzzle. David Cyrus and Diamond and Pearl. In those games, he just disses. You know what's funny? You know what happens with Cyrus in BDSP? You can actually find him with Mars in the battle tower. I'm not even kidding. You can actually fight him and Mars in the double battle section of the battle tower. That feels so wrong. There we go. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of this gym puzzle. The back half of it is actually easier to do than the front half. Alright, equip Citrus Berry. Oh, return. Shadow, is your stream like 20 minutes behind or something? Alright, I got a Sheer Cold Abomasnow. Return. Surf. You know, it's funny, all those trainers are trapped there now. Dang it. No, I was 20 minutes late of saying that. Oh, okay. I need to go heal. Sadly, getting Earthquake is too slow. I don't know where Earthquake is. Dude, my knowledge with X and Y is so freaking bad right now. Yeah, in Platinum, Cyrus gets stuck in the Distortion World. Yeah, that actually makes more sense. In this route, is it like in that giant maze of boulders? It is. Yeah. Do I need Sheer Cold still? Certified speed. No, I don't. Honestly, I think I need to do more X and Y runs. Do you guys think I need to do more X and Y runs? Like, something I'm thinking, what if next week, instead of like doing 3 or so different Pokemon games for the random solo run streams, what if I just have an entire week be X and Y? Just because I don't have enough X and Y runs under my belt. Because, like, thing is, like, if I have enough runs under my belt in one of these Pokemon games, I could straight up not play it for, like, 2 months and still remember 90% of it. I'm playing this like it's a brand new game to me. Yes? Yeah, I think it'd be a good idea. I mean, for Black and White 1, I've done almost 30 runs. Like, 30 Pokemon. I could hop into Pokemon Black right now and still remember, like, 92% of the game. But I just cannot say the same thing for X and Y. Honestly, technically Oras as well, but Oras is an easier game, plus it's at least based off of another region. Like, off of another game that I've played, like Sapphire and Emerald. Shame there was no Pokemon Z. Just the Alola games. Fun fact, the Alola games is the reason there's no Pokemon Z. Because they really wanted to make a new main series game for the 20th anniversary, so they actually made Sun and Moon instead. This is actually proven too, because in the giant Nintendo Mega Leak that happened, I believe, last year, there was actually unreleased documents that actually showed there were plans to make Pokemon Z. But they canceled it to make Sun and Moon instead. That's why all of Zygarde's plot got shoved into Gen 7. But at least we got Legend ZA, so honestly, I think Kalos did receive justice in the end. I mean, it wasn't a full-on, like, Kalos sequel or a Kalos remake. I'm sure those would have been better. But at least Kalos got some love and attention. Honestly, though, Sun and Moon is better than X and Y. Yeah, you heard me. Honestly, I don't think Pokemon Z would have been better than Sun and Moon. Sun and Moon are very good games. That thing used Endure. I would have bought Pokemon Z instead of X and Y. Well, here's the thing. Most people would not have done that, because you would have to intentionally see the brand new Pokemon game that just came out, and you're up like, nah, I'm just going to wait 2 years. Here's the thing. I can probably be very trustful in this. There is no one, like back in 2006, when Diamond and Pearl came out, there was no one who thought, I am going to skip this game and wait 2 years for them to make a new version, like they did with Emerald. I can guarantee you not a single person did that. The only people who bought Platinum before Diamond and Pearl were people who never even wanted to play Diamond and Pearl. Like, they were probably people who got into the series later. Sun and Moon get too much hate? Dude, every generation gets lots of hate. I hope to get Pokemon Ultra Moon sometime in the future. Oh, like to play it yourself? Honestly, the Ultra games are kind of a mixed bag. Here's my opinion. In terms of the story, I think Sun and Moon is better, but in terms of post-game content and things to do, the Ultra games are far better. I think if you care more about, like, doing stuff in the post-game, do the Ultra games. If you care more about story, do the original. But I would still heavily recommend the sequels. Or, yeah, yeah, sequels. Actually, no. The Ultra games aren't even sequels. They're kind of like a third version. Oh, whoops. Forgot to save. Surely I'll win the first try. I mean, I was technically supposed to have Expert Bell here, but I'm pretty confident I'm a higher level than Axu originally planned, so I should be fine. Yeah. Dude, that lady talks too much. Alright, Sea Incense and Teach Protect over Bulldoze. Okay. Dude, I hated the Steel Chamber in Smash Bros. Oh my god, this Pokemon is so annoying. We forgot the metronome. Honestly, I don't think the metronome was really needed at all. Oh, really? Uh-oh. Okay. I ran out of surfs. Alright. Alright, Hidden Power Electric. Okay, yeah, maybe this one fight, it would have been good to have the metronome. Okay, I still won. Thankfully, my high level allowed me to live. Alright, Diantha. Level 80. With leftovers. Did you use an ether? I used an elixir, yes. Oh, wrong move. Oh no, I got added the grass typing. Whatever shall I do? Or no, that was the ghost typing. One hour, 37 minutes, and 58 seconds. 3 resets, 3 blackouts, level 80. Yeah, I need to do more X and Y runs. Badly. My knowledge of this game is not great. But I think if I did an entire week of random X and Y runs, my knowledge should get to a even playing field with other games. That's S tier if I remember. Yeah, we'll take a look when I get to the credits. I'm gonna speed this up. Yeah, I believe, yeah, there's no text boxes here. For a Pokemon without setup moves, it did pretty well. Medium slow makes this thing good. This thing is not medium slow. Oh, it is medium slow. I thought it was medium fast. Never mind. I thought it leveled up fast. Yeah, let's take a look at the... Dominic, please don't do that. Alright, let's take a look at the tier list. 58. Alright, I have to wait for the game time, though. Yeah, this is my 19th solo run in X and Y. In Emerald, Walrein steamrolled the game. Was Emerald the last game I played Walrein in? To be fair, water types with Surf and Ice Move and Hidden Power Electric. Often Deuce just steamroll the game. What's with the sketches? That from AZ? I don't know. Oh, from Scott's Emerald run. Okay. $6.29. All right. You get to see me add this. 4th place overall. It was able to... It outperformed Klefki and Trevenant. It did not do better than Aegislash, Granbull, and Mienshao. But yeah, look at this. Only 19 runs. If you're wondering, that's Hoopa. Scott's software is bugged. It won't show that image properly. But yeah, I have not done enough X and Y runs. And these were all really spread out, too. Here, I can even show you references. Here's Oras. I've only done 16 playthroughs. I think after I do a week of X and Y, I need to do a week of Omega Ruby. Because I just have not done enough runs. But like, let's compare other games. Red, 33. Yellow, 34. Crystal, 30. That's the Mega leaderboard. Sapphire, 24. Emerald, 22. Well, more like 19. To be fair, though, I did do more Emerald playthroughs than this. So I had to take them off the leaderboard like Latios because I did not fight Steven. So this is a bit misleading. Leaf Green, 48. Pearl, 23. Platinum, 30. Heart Gold, 29. Black, 36. That's supposed to be Chin-Chin. Dude, thing is still frickin' bugged. Scott. White 2. I will say White 2 is a little on the low end too, but it's still 26. But basically what I'm trying to say is these tier lists on average are like 25 to 30. But then these guys are like 16 and 19. That's just very low. Here's the reference. Look at Moon. 32. Yeah, these two just need to catch up. Yeah, you're welcome, Robert. I hope you enjoyed. Yeah, anyway, think I'll stand by when I do appreciate it. The next stream... These I haven't experienced in Omega Ruby. Yeah, I need it's Gen 6 in general. I think it's just because I'm always so obsessed with Gen 7 lately that Gen 6 is just left in the dust. Let's see, when is my next stream? Thursday, we'll be doing Pokemon Sapphire with Giraffe Rig. The video will be on Friday. And then Mega Sharpedo on Saturday. And next week, all the solo run streams are going to be in Pokemon X. And then after that, we'll do a whole week of Omega Ruby. Then we'll go back to normal because I need to get more experience with those two games. Yeah, anyway, I will see you all later.